Hello and welcome to Inspired Classroom's tutorial on how to connect to a real presence video conference. First, let's discuss computer requirements. When you're joining a video conference, it is preferable to use a PC. However, you can also use an Apple computer as long as you use Google Chrome. To participate fully, the computer should have a camera and a microphone. It's easiest to have a computer that has the camera and microphone embedded, but if you don't have that, you can install an external camera and microphone. To go to the login website, please use Google Chrome or a Firefox browser. The browser does matter, so if you're having difficulty logging in, you might double check and be sure that you're on Google Chrome or Firefox. The connection for video conferencing is always better if the computer is hardwired with an internet cable rather than using wireless, particularly if you're in a building that has a lot of people using the wireless connection. If at all possible, get a cable and connect it directly to an internet port. To log in to a video conference, go to connect.vision.net. Type that into your Google Chrome or Firefox browser window. After you do that, you'll get this screen. This is your login screen that will be good for any video conference that you're doing. The first thing to do is toggle over to join as guest. That's so that blue toggle will be on, and then add your name and your email address. The other thing that you need to do is put in the meeting code. Typically, Inspired Classroom uses 805316505. That's the actual address of the virtual room you'll be in. Sometimes, however, there will be a different number given to you by the meeting organizer. Also double check that the audio and video toggle switch is on and then click Join the Meeting. To participate in a video conference for the first time, a plugin has to be installed in the Chrome browser. This will take a few extra steps, but once you do it, you won't ever have to do it again when you connect to a real presence video conference. You'll get a screen that looks like this. Go ahead and click Add, and it will add it to your Chrome or Firefox browser. This page will come up. This is the Polycom Real Presence Web Suite page. You'll see in the top right hand corner it will say Add to Chrome. Click that button, and then several other helpful boxes will show up. Click Add Extension and click Sign into Chrome. As soon as you get the green Added to Chrome button in the top right hand side, you can click out of the Real Presence web page because that means you're closer to getting this installed. You'll be taken back to the connect.vision.net website. If you're not, go back out into Chrome and just type in connect.vision.net again, and you'll get this box. Now that the plugin is added to Chrome, you need to download and install it on your computer. So click the Download and Install button, and in the bottom left hand corner you'll get the Execute screen, or the Execute button, and open that and click Open. You should get this application box and click Run. This is going to install the application on your computer. Also, you'll get a click box for agreeing to the license terms and conditions. Put a check mark in that box and then click the Install button. As it's processing, you will see this box with a bar going across it. And this shouldn't take very long. Should take just a few minutes depending on the speed of your computer. And once it's finished, it will say Setup Successful. Once it says that, you can close that out. You may get this box depending on how your computer is configured. If you do, go ahead and click Unblock. Now you're back to the Connect etiquette.vision.net site, and this is what your screen will look like every time you go past the login page now. You should see a picture of yourself and 4 buttons below it. Those are for video, microphone, speakers, and settings. Those buttons should all be white if your camera and microphone and speakers are all working. If they're not, you can click the settings button and see if something is disabled. Again, this would apply if you have either an embedded video camera or an external one that you've installed prior to doing all this work. If something looks red and has an X through it, that means that that camera or the microphone isn't working, isn't enabled, and you'll need to go back and figure that out if you want to be seen and heard during the video conference. Go ahead and click Continue, and you'll get some bubbles that go across your screen and then an announcement that says that you're joining a Polycom conference. When you join the conference, you will see yourself, probably in the small screen below, and then the presenter in the larger screen. A few other things to note are the items on the right. If you click the 3 bars up on the top right-hand corner, you'll get this menu. You'll see the roster, so you can see other participants' names. Then there's also the chat box. This is very useful during a video conference. You can ask questions, ask to be recognized, put questions out to the rest of the participants, and everybody can see that. The other thing to note is the cog on the right that says Settings. If at any time you have questions about your speakers, microphones, or cameras, that's the button to check to see what's enabled and what isn't. Also down below on the screen are the buttons for microphone, video, speaker, and self-view. Those again are ways to mute and unmute your microphone, or to turn your camera on and off, or to not see yourself. And those can be manipulated by you during the video conference. In fact, we highly suggest that you turn off your microphone unless you're wanting to contribute a comment or ask a question. If you're having trouble connecting, if the picture isn't real clear, you might want to go ahead and disable your video camera because that pulls a lot of bandwidth, and sometimes that helps your connection. And so that just means that the participants can't see you, but you can certainly see everything and they can hear you. When you're ready to be finished with the conference, click the End button. So let's discuss a little bit about video conferencing etiquette just to make meetings move smoothly. Mute your microphone unless asking a question or making a comment. Use the chat function to comment or ask to be called on. Remember that the camera is always on you if your camera's turned on, so minimize any background distractions, dogs, kids, things like that. And remember, people may be looking at you even though you may not realize that they are. You can turn off your camera and still participate. This sometimes helps with connection speed. Another way to connect to a video conference in the same room is by calling in. You can call in. The phone number is 1-406-467-4751, and typically the conference ID is 80531-6505, followed by a #. If you call in, you can still hear the conference and ask questions, but obviously you won't see the content. Anytime you need assistance with connecting to a video conference call, you can always call me, Kathleen, at 406-544-0475, or Allie at 406-531-6505. Thank you so much for joining a distance learning opportunity with Inspired Classroom.